Hey everybody, welcome back to Median Excel Sigma 2.1. We are going to continue on with our Javazon here. Now that I am level 42, did go ahead and equip an Angel Heart here. I just had this laying around. All skills, strength, dex. Defense is negligible because we're running Static Frenzy, but it's stats and damage. This won't take us too long, so we'll definitely start off Nightmare as well. So we'll rush through this pretty quick. We are going to go ahead and kill my brains off tonight. We're gonna go ahead and kill we're gonna do the frozen river, save Anya, and we will go and kill Nilithak. Nilithak is one of the better places to farm your arcane crystals. Even on normal mode, he has a guaranteed drop for two tiered uniques, and it's also possible that you find some more while you're running between areas. Now, I am playing single player, so my layouts are always going to be the same, unless I change difficulty, which resets my map layouts. So once you beat the game, when you're on hell difficulty, if you want to re-roll your layouts for certain areas, you can start up a game on Nightmare, and then leave, and then start up a game on hell, and it'll reset your maps. But because my maps are set, it'll be really easy to just find a good layout and then be able to run to Nilithak over and over really quick. So it'll be the same pathway. Same as I did, as you guys saw with Andariel. My layout was really good. All my stairs were like basically next to each other, so I could just run through. I did look it up. I think it's like 47 I need to get tier 3 for my javelin. But our damage is just fine. He does drop the Mark of Infusion here. We don't care about it. It's for making honorifics, which I can go over at some point in the future, but I won't be using any honorifics that I can think of anyways for this build. I don't think it's used for anything other than the honorifics, so I could be wrong, but I am excited to get Jatan's Gate, because not having a teleport sucks. And I'm not too far off from Jatan's Gate, so... Nightmare is going to be a breeze as well. We're going to fly through the rest of normal and Nightmare for sure. We are going to be coming up to our first piece of new content. I mean, obviously we've had different enemies show up here. I'm sure there's been some things like these. You know, we have some unique unique sprites for some stuff like that, and different, you know, boss changes and whatnot. But our first unique area to Median XL is going to be added, or it's going to show up very soon. At least I think the Ennead challenge is... I think it's normal fail. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's normal Bale. Well, not from Bale himself, but right before you fight Bale. And I am 45, so I should be good. I don't think I'll be over-leveled for the Ennead challenge. We want to be level 50, basically. We don't want to go too high of a level, though, because... We don't want to go too high of a level, because if we're... I think if we're level 60... we need to use arcane crystals, so we need to do some farming to get the charm. It's a whole process. Hopefully we won't have to bother with any of that, though. He put out a lot of damage there. We do have skill points to spend. We'll put those into second wind for now. We want to max out second wind so I can get those absorbs. That's going to help our survivability a ton. Let me double check here. Okay. Getting some good XP here as well. Our clear speed is pretty good so far. We'll see how it stacks up. If the poison build isn't very good, then I might swap over to a pure physical build. But we'll see. I want to try the poison build because I think it'll be fun. I want to pick up any uniques just for the arcane crystal shards. Nice little shortcut through here. Gotta make sure I'm putting Bloodlust on. It's a big difference for our damage. Okay, so you can see we have to cube it with Sunstone of the Twin Seas to add the bonus. So we don't actually have that yet. But we have that for when we get the Sunstone. Hop over to the Crystalline Passage, and then we'll move on. Now, in my last character, the Ennead Challenge did glitch out a little bit. I had to go clear out Bale a second time, basically. It didn't spawn the first time. That bug might be patched by now. I haven't read through the patch notes extensively or anything. I haven't been hanging out on the Discord too much lately either. Okay, second wind is now maxed out. So we have 7% max life regenerated per second for 8 seconds when blocking. So it's a ton. And considering we have a 50% chance to block, which is the uh, current max block, and we can increase that through certain things. But our current max block, every character's max block base is 50. So there are ways to increase our maximum block chance, but we're not there yet. That wore off. I think there's a sound cue that plays when Static Frenzy runs out, but I have terrible hearing, so not that we really need an experienced shrine, but ooh, we got wombo combo there. Up everything into Dex. That's not where we want to go. We'll summon resummon our mercenary. Guess he gave us some. Oh, nothing useful. Our cast speed is ridiculously slow, which makes casting Bloodlust in the middle of a fight feel pretty bad. I do have another amulet, I suppose, that I could use that would help to remedy that. Um, Now that I think about it, but I kind of like the extra stats and the skills that this one gives. I think it's just better. Having the extra cast speed would be like a nice quality of life, but nothing super important. Okay, Elemental Aegis now. There we go. Now we're going to start getting Elemental Absorb. So that's going to be kind of crazy. My Sorceress is still using a tiered unique shield for Elemental Absorb because it makes that big of a difference on survivability. Although, I think she did end up getting the uh, the Judgment Day charm, which gives uh, Elemental Absorb as well. I don't think she needs it anymore, but she did for a long time. Until, like, I mean, she's 127 or something like that. And I think she's still using a tiered unique shield, so. Okay. Kill that guy. He will spawn a portal in hell difficulty, but don't have to worry about that for now. I am a little worried about getting just absolutely one shot here. Let's make sure we bloodlust as well. And if we get a lucky expose weakness proc from an impact, it's only 1% chance right now, but the 50% reduced would be very nice. The exposed weakness, 50% physical resistance reduced. It's only 1% chance with a plus 1% chance per 2 base levels, so we'll only take this skill to 24 for that reason. I don't think the 25th skill point is really worth it. Just because it's mostly based on our weapon damage, the actual flat physical damage it's adding is basically negligible. That's going to scale up pretty crazy amounts. Basically, if we block an attack, we're going to be I think it'll eventually get to the point where we have so much elemental absorb, it'll actually heal us. So we gotta go repair our gear. Yeah, because I'm probably gonna have to go kill him again, just in case they didn't fix that bug. One thing you'll notice if you're a D2 veteran, we haven't had any charms drop. No small, larger, or grand charms have dropped yet, which is intended. There are charms, but the way charms in this mod work is, ooh, fuck, we have really bad lightning res. The way charms work is that there are endgame bosses that drop a guaranteed charm that is specific to that boss, and usually it has some randomized rolls associated with it, and there's some grinding of those charms for specific stats. And that is where a lot of our progression is going to come from, is our charms. They're going to give us a lot of stats, a lot of damage, defensive properties, utility things. They make a big difference on the power of your character. Yeah, our lightning res is only 28, so lightning spell damage is still messing us up pretty good there. I'm going to recast that just to make sure it doesn't fall off in the middle of this fight. It's going to be a little bit tougher. can see here, Sir Garash has Navi is immune. Navi there can't take any damage until we kill Sir Garash. We have to walk over these guys to kill them. Okay, this should be the last one now. See, we have Lister the Tormentor here, same name, but pre-demonification. We died to the magic damage there. I'm actually going to go grab some more potions. Grab a whole bunch, so I don't have to go back and get them again. We'll resummon her since we have the money for it. Rebuff up. She put Dark Power on as well. Yep, that's a lot of elemental damage there. Now, killing him should open up a portal. It did, okay. Which we are going to go into. Go ahead and resummon her. Also go repair our gear, get rid of that icon. Okay, Tranathla. Now, this isn't the real Tranathla. This is a much lower level introduction version of it. So we will definitely see more of this area. Can you use this bow? You can. You can see they deal quite a lot of damage. But they're not too bad to deal with. Ooh, a unique ring dropped. Now, this is a level 60 zone, so there's only so many things that it can actually be. But let's see. Ah, okay. It's one of the level 1 rings. It might still be better. We have our first one here. Lysander. Who's, of course, the lightning one, which is going to deal the most damage to us. Shard of Thunder. We're going to back up here real quick. Strength Dex. Chance of celerity on kill. Sure. Might as well wear it. Why not? So there is a boss. Each of them are a different element. We killed the lightning one. There is still a fire and cold one that we have to go kill. Light plate, cast speed. I guess for the vitality, we'll put it on her for now. This isn't the right way. I think I'll probably put a war cloak on her for the damage. And then probably a top spin. I'll grind some Nilithak off camera and get some arcane crystals that way. Although we're getting a decent chunk of uniques just randomly spawning, huh? Our damage is keeping up pretty good. We should have one here and one here for the bosses, if I remember correctly. The actual normal area, the regular area for this that we'll be able to farm later, that one will be a little different, much more difficult. Some of the enemies there are just a lot more difficult to deal with. Almost died there. Thankfully, we have a decent amount of survivability. Got Shard of Ice. There's our Shard of Fire. So, let me these real quick. We take all three of these, cube them together. Sunstone of the Twin Seas. +2 to all skills, 10% combat speeds, try Ellie Pierce, all attributes, all elemental resist, experience gained. A lot of good stats on here. We cube it with the Scroll of Resistance, and that 10 to all res becomes 20 all res. And that is the first of our charms. So just having this in our inventory gives us a lot of good bonuses. Now we are going to go back here because I think this will be faster to run down this way beginning and take the portal out, and we'll go kill Bale. The next charm isn't until Nightmare Mephisto, I believe. It's a few extra mechanics added to the fight, nothing crazy. Now, the normal version of this fight is simple, but the fight on Nightmare in Hell is a totally different story. Hell Bale is one tough fight. It is no joke. Okay. There we go. We have vanquished Bale. Now we are Slayer. We'll hop into Nightmare. Here we go. Get our mercenary back. We'll buy... She don't need to buy potions. I can just fill up my belt here. Two arcane crystals. We should be able to... 47, we need 251 dex, 125 strength, which we have. So we will go ahead and upgrade our javelins. Boom, they're now tier 3. Huge increase on damage there. 209 to 531. We'll dump our points into dex. 151, we should be good, but I will double check my shield as well. Amazon shields. Oh yeah, we are more than enough. In fact, we could up it all the way to tier 4. Tier 4 for the shield requires level 45 and 139 dexterity. So we'll up that to tier 3. And we could even up that to tier 4. The helmet, on the other hand, let's see, we need 193 strength to go to tier 3, which I don't know that we have, no. And I'm not going to put too many points into strength because, as you can see, we have charms like this, which give 10% to all attributes. We're going to get more strength just through our charms and stuff, so I don't want to invest too many hard points. I'll eventually be respeccing, and I will put as few points into strength as I need to equip my gear once I get all of my charms. But for now, just some random points in, because if we check here, yeah, it's 78 base strength, so... Okay, let's go repair. Get rid of these. All right. We're only half an hour in, so let's continue on with some Nightmare. You guys can see what I mean about them changing up the enemies in certain areas. We are going to absolutely shred because we just got a huge damage increase. We do want to do Den of Evil as well. We want to do Den because it gives us an extra skill point. Never want to miss out on skill points. But yeah, you can see Bloodmoor has totally different enemies because we're a Nightmare. Every area has different enemies compared to their... Like, in every difficulty, they have different enemies in every zone. So... it changes up the gameplay. That was something they did in 2.0. It was a nice change. Yep, damage is looking good. That is the Done of Evil skill point. We have 5 skill points to spend. We'll start putting some points into Bulwark for physical resistance, which we have 3% now. We want to get this. I think the max is 50. We want to get this high early. Um, ooh, negative 27 defense. Yeah, that's our defense is always going to be in the negatives just because we're using a static frenzy. Um, our total character defense is always going to be 0. Uh, you might notice we do have plus 25 to maximum stamina. I did put a point into fortitude here. That 1 point there doubles our stamina. So I'm gonna probably keep putting. I might max that out. I might. I'm not sure. But next we'll finish maxing Bulwark, and then we'll finish off Eviscerate, and then we'll be putting points into Scorpion Sting because that's going to give us 250% weapon physical damage and a ton of Poison Pierce. So we absolutely want to max that. Okay, we go this way. And the Bulwark passive is not after blocking either. It's just a straight passive, not an upgrade. So the extra physical res from that is just always active. We don't have to block for it, like we do with the Absorb and the Regen. I do want to get some of my resistances up, though. I'll probably still use Akara's Robe, so I'll probably do Tristram again here. The tier 2 version. And I have perfect amethysts in mine. I'll pull those out and put them in the upgraded one. Do want to grab the waypoint here just to make that quicker when we come back. Unique jewel. Which one is it? Fire damage. Now you have to be careful when you're upping things. Any gems or jewels that you have in an item, if you don't take them out before you up them to the next tier, you will lose them. So you do have to pull those out of there. You can buy an Oil of Disjunction from whichever gamble merchant you want to go to. It's different merchants in every act. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, we other than getting our resistances fixed, the build's doing pretty well so far. 18 light res in Nightmare needs to be fixed for sure. We'll have a lot more sockets in our armor, so we can put some... I forget exactly which gem it is, but I have some perfect gems in my stash. So I can put in some gems for lightning res. It's an easy fix. Okay. Let's actually just go grab the waypoint quick. So that I can TP out of Tristram. Rogue encampment first. And we can do cow level, but there's not much reason to do cow level until hell difficulty. Nice and easy. Obviously, we don't have to save Kane here because he's already in town. And just kill some stuff for XP. Okay, we go talk to Akara, get our upgraded Akara's robe. We need 175 strength. Go. It has 5 sockets, 1 to all skills, 13 all attribute, so slightly higher. 100 life instead of 50. Better all elemental res. Yeah, the rolls on it are okay. And we're going to get an oil of disjunction. So I had some perfect amethysts in there. I don't have enough strength without... Okay. Well, we will put that on until we level up again. But I will do probably these, and then let's go take a look. Those are for vitality, strength, cold res, lightning res. So that's 20 per. Energy, poison res, cold res, fire res. What are our resistances looking like? We'll need more cold as well. So we'll grab 1. That is 5 there. I can always put those in something else. Grab 2 of each of those. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So they have plenty res, 62 lightning, 22 fire, 22 poison, 62 cold. Then we'll go get another level up here quick. Look at that, an XP shrine and everything. Okay. Put our points into bulwark. Good, good res there. Still don't have enough. We are 1 strength off. Okay. We'll go do Countess. We might as well. Good XP, and we'll see what runes we get. I was reading the patch notes a little bit, and they said that they rebalanced runes while leveling, so you will find some higher runes earlier on. There we go. 1 point in here. And we can wear this now. Rest will go into decks. This old one we can turn into crystal shards. This will be able to use the tier 4, so I'll wait. Once we get it to tier 4, then I'll put some gems in there. Maybe I'll do diamonds for all res, I'm not sure. Heard a jewel drop. Strength, magic, find, defense. Let's drop a quick portal. You never know when you're going to get one shot in Median XL. To the people who are brave enough to play this game hardcore, I salute you. There are people crazy enough to do it. But it is way too easy to just get one shot in this game. Especially when you consider how much grinding goes into every character. With shared stash, it's not so bad to re-gear new characters now, but man, I would... Because you can grind up extras for the charms, the boss charms. You can grind up extras of them and then just give them to a new character and keep them in their inventory, and then as they hit the required level, they'll just have them. Yeah, so you see here we got an Gull Lum Vex. So some pretty good ones here. Umrune is elemental res. Interesting. I don't know if I need any of those runes specifically. But we can go finish off Act 1. It won't take too long here. We do a Static Frenzy. Something else, you can see Bloodlust is actually level 6 now. And that is because we are getting all skills from a handful of things. What else has all skills? Our amulet. We're getting a little bit of all skills, which does increase your class skill. So Bloodlust will become higher level for better bonuses. Flawless gems I'll just leave on the ground. Perfects I pick up. And our res are basically good to go. Once we get to Hell, it'll take another hit, but we will get another scroll in Nightmare Act 5 and then eventually in Hell Act 5 from Anya. That'll give us extra res, and then there's going to be res from other charms as well. Your res will be sorted from charms alone. You'll need very little on gear eventually. So our res being where they are in combination with our Elemental Absorb from Bulwark of Ages, we're pretty good to go. The only thing that's going to kill us is going to be physical damage, and we're starting to stack physical res as well. We're up to 15. Plus all of our blocking. Perfect Skull. Perfect Skull is ED, yeah. Ooh. Open up the door to a big old clusterfuck. Won't bother with the smith this time, there's no reason. The imbue is useless. Well, you know what? That's not true. You could imbue a sacred item, I suppose, to get a sacred rare. Because for shrine crafting, sacreds, they need to be rare. So I suppose there is that. But I'm not too concerned about it. I don't know how many crafts I'm going to be doing. I don't know how many my build will need. I would like to use the Jav set to level with, potentially. If I have the full Jav set, which I'll probably try and farm it, things will go very smoothly until 120s. Then I'll need to start optimizing gear. Hell, the Javelin set, if it's good enough, will probably even take me to 125s. I am going to pretty soon want to start investing some more points here as well for the hit recovery. Will help us from getting stun locked, which has happened quite a few times. I'll be maxing out the physical resistance first and eviscerate. We're level 64. I'm blind. Did we come in down here, or did we... Came in up there. Let's see how tough the Skeleton King is on Nightmare. Yeah, not too bad. Got 4 skill points to spend here. We'll go ahead and max out Bulwark. We still have 1 left, so that's 21 Phys Res we have. We'll start putting more points into Eviscerate, get that maxed out. For our total of 6 Javelins. That was a lot of damage. Our Poison Res is still pretty garbage. Don't care about doing Endarial Nightmare. Oh, you know what? We're level 60. I have some rings that I can put on. That I forgot about. So let me go do that. I have two important rings that I'd like to put on. We have a Ripstar, 36 max damage and life on melee attack. We can get rid of that thing. And I have a Ring of Truth, which gives us block speed, hit recovery, attack rating, poison res, which we need. A lot of good stuff. This just gives tons of really nice stats. Okay. That helps us with our poison res a ton there. We lose a little bit, but other reses will get balanced out as we get more of our charms figured out. I want to check here. Tier 4 for my javelins. I need 55, and I need way more strength. I need 227 strength and 495 dex. So I'll start pumping points into my strength and then get my dex up as well, because getting those tier 4 javelins will be big. We can also get all those cleared up. And I have one jaw rune, so I'll probably do perfect skulls as I find them in my weapon for now until I do jaw runes, and then I'll do jaw runes later. What am I doing? Take the town portal. So the poison should do a little less now. We shouldn't get one shot by the poison. The Ripstar is... I don't know how good exactly it is for this build, the bonus max damage, but it's usually pretty good for any weapon damage scaling builds. So like if we go ahead and take a look here, we do let's actually make sure we got all of our buffs up. We have 281 to 788. If we take Ripstar off, yeah, we're getting about 120 max damage from that. So a significant DPS increase. And we'll do Impale here. Our Impale damage is crazy, 1k on the top end because of Ripstar. And we have enough life steal and life on melee to just go right through. IO rune. Okay. Then we will go on to Act 2. Okay, so we are at an hour. And in the next one, I will go ahead and continue on Nightmare Act 2 and 3. We'll probably get both 2 and 3 done, and we might do 4 again. We'll see how it goes. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next episode.